Hello everyone, I'm Adrian and today I'm going to present our work on efficient vision language models titled VISOR. Vision tokens dominate VLLM compute. To elevate this, prior work primarily focused on reducing their numbers via pruning, merging, or sparsification. On easy tasks solved with coarse features, these methods perform pretty well. However, on hard tasks, which requires fine-grained details, they result in significant accuracy loss. This motivates us to look beyond token reduction and explore different axes of efficiency. To uncover different axes, we conduct a series of analyses on how a vision language model actually uses vision tokens. The first one looks at attention itself. In a standard VLM, every transformer layer performs dense self-attention over both vision and tokens. So we ask a simple question: do text tokens really need to attend to the vision at every layer? Looking at a per layer image attention ratios, on easy tasks, image attention stays near zero throughout the stack, so text barely consults vision. However, on hard tasks such as on DocVQA, it does fire but only at a handful of layers in a sawtooth pattern. Most layers don't need dense interaction. This motivates us to replace dense self-attention with cheap cross-attentions as a sparse subset of layers. While efficient, cross-attention alone leaves the vision tokens completely static. Text reason, but nothing ever refines the representation. To assess whether this is sufficient, we look on how vision features actually evolve inside a VLM by measuring the feature similarity between layers. Again, on easy tasks, the similarity matrix is uniform, so features barely change across the stack. On hard tasks like DocVQA, the matrix splits into two clear blocks with sharp transition between them, meaning the LLM is actively modifying the representation. This tells us we need self-attention layers that update vision tokens, but only when the task actually demands it. The VISOR architecture follows directly from these two observations. Our main idea is that instead of reducing the number of tokens, which irreversibly drop information, we keep all of them and instead reduce the amount of interactions. Starting with an LLM, we add cross-attention on a sparse subset of layers set to 1/3 of the total layers. So text with vision through these layers. We now have text-to-vision interactions, but no refinement of the visual representation. So based on observation 2, we know that this alone is insufficient, as sometimes do require the vision features to evolve across the stack. Hence, to enable this, we uniformly add back to 1/3 of the location self-attention, empirically found to result in optimal performance. However, the case above are worst-case scenario aimed at maximizing accuracy. In practice, as we observe, many samples and tasks don't need all the self-attention layer to achieve good performance. So we add a router that picks the self-attention configuration per sample. A small learnable routing token sits after the question, and the tiny MLP reads its hidden state to pick the self-attention layer needed to activate. Let me show you the router in action on two concrete examples. On an easy task such as on Science QA, the router activates only 3 self-attention layers, which gives around 8 times fewer flops than LVLM baseline. On harder tasks such as on DocVQA, where fine-grained details matter, it activates 4 or more self-attention layers. So with the same model and the same weights, we get a different compute budget per sample. Cheap one question is easy, and only it only uses more layers when needed. Our direction is orthogonal to token reduction, and VISOR can be successfully combined with light token reduction approaches for further speed gains. Our own recipe for this is VISOR TR, where we pixel shuffle the patch grid, packing 2x or 4x more tokens together. It is deterministic and has no extra parameters, and it increases the flops savings from 8.9x to 17.8 and respectively 35x. Now let me show you the actual numbers. At roughly 8x fewer flops, VISOR gains accuracy on both splits instead of losing it. Plus 2.1 on easy and plus 1.3 on hard. Reading the table top to bottom, the poor token reduction baselines, vision zip and vision pruner collapse on hard, dropping up to 22 points. Our method performs well in both scenarios. By combining it with VISOR TR, our token packing recipe from the previous slide, we push that farther to 18x flop savings while still beating the baselines on hard. To wrap up, let me summarize what we contributed. First, the findings. We show that the text-to-image attention inside a VLM is sparse across most layers, and that vision features only really need refinement on hard, fine-grained tasks. Second, the method. Building on these findings, VISOR adds cheap cross-attention on a small subset of layers, selective self-attention activated only when needed, and a per-sample router that decides which configuration to use. And third, our approach is orthogonal to token reduction, as VISOR TR composes cleanly with off-the-shelf compressors. The bottom line is 8.6 times fewer flops with a gain of 2.1 on easy and 1.3 on hard tasks, and reaching up to 49x when stacked with existing token reduction methods. Thank you for your time, and don't forget to pass by our poster.